Hey guys, what's up? My name is Chaotic and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be taking a close look at the 11 new aircrafts featured in the official Smuggler's Run trailer that Rockstar released early today on the Newswire and on their official YouTube channel. So in total we've seen at least 11 new aircrafts in this trailer, and basically in this video I'm going to be comparing them to their real life counterparts. So with that being said, let's get straight into things then and start off with the first aircraft. Okay then, so to start things off, the first aircraft we're taking a look at is this one right here. It actually featured in the first opening scene of the trailer, but wasn't featured anywhere else as far as I'm aware of. Basically, this plane, as you guys can see, appears to have just one seat at the front and a very small propeller as well. It's actually based upon the Messerschmitt 163 Comet, which is a German World War II rocket-powered fighter jet. Now, if I'm not mistaken, at the time it was just a prototype and didn't really become a thing, but as you guys can see, there is certainly some resemblance between the two aircrafts. Anyway, moving on to the second one. Now up next, this one in particular was shown quite a few times throughout the trailer. In fact, this one might have had the most amount of screen time, or was certainly up there in the top 3. But most importantly, this aircraft is based upon the MiG-15. Now, some of you guys have commented it's closer to the MiG-17. Honestly, I'm not really too sure what the difference is even between those. They do seem very similar, both made around the same sort of time, 1947 to 1952. Either way, both aircrafts I'm sure have some form of input on this plane in-game, with a few small differences on the wings and stuff like that. Moving on though to aircraft number 3, this being an attack helicopter, and in case you guys didn't know already, this will most likely be named the Hunter for quite a few reasons. First of all, this exact helicopter featured in GTA San Andreas, and second of all, it was supposed to be in GTA 5. It was actually in the beta version of the game. It featured in one of the initial GTA 5 trailers. It can also be seen in a trailer for The Simeon at the theater, and is also featured on the Warstock Cash and Carry Life Invader page. So finally, it's going to be added into GTA 5 with this update, and in case you guys didn't know already, its real-life counterpart is the Apache Attack Helicopter. But taking a look at another helicopter, this one being a cool little one-seater, which again features quite a few times, and by the looks of things will also have a grapple feature as well, which we can pick up and drop crates from. And something which was also pointed out to me on Twitter early today by Zealdozer, this also has a minigun on the front as well, so this helicopter will also be weaponized. But in real life, it's known as the Mosquito Helicopter. Here's an image of that right now. Now, of course, the real-life variant isn't weaponized, but nevertheless looks very similar to the one featured in the trailer. Moving on though to aircraft number 5. Now, this next one also featured several times throughout the trailer. It certainly had a lot of screen time, and it's believed to be named Rustler. The reason for that is because this exact fighter plane was featured in GTA San Andreas as well, the real-life variant being the P51 Mustang. This of course being an American World War II plane. Now again, there are a few small differences between these two planes. Rockstar very rarely just make an identical copy of a real-life variant. The main difference really being though the fact that the version in-game, by the looks of things, will fire rockets, where of course the version in real life didn't have that option. Quickly moving on to the next aircraft, this being the 6th one. Now this one in particular was also featured quite a few times throughout the trailer, but in fact was featured from several different angles, and at first you may have not realized it was the same aircraft. For example, here's another scene it featured. Basically in this scene, it was flying over the land, about to drop a load of bombs on the ground, and that straight away was the big giveaway on exactly what this plane is in real life. In real life, it's known as the North American B25 GA Bomber. Basically, it was a World War II bomber used by the Americans. One of the coolest vehicles though shown off in the Smuggler's Run trailer is this one right here, which I believe is just a flying trike or a trike paramotor. I'm not too sure if there's an official name or brand of these. If anyone knows, of course, let me know by leaving a comment, but a quick Google search for flying trike will find you loads like this. Now, as for this next aircraft, it was only shown briefly in about 2 scenes of the trailer, and if I'm honest, I'm not really too sure what the real-life variant of this is. I did a quick search around on Google and couldn't really find anything too similar, apart from this one, which is known as the Avro Type 685 York, which as you guys can see is fairly similar in terms of its propeller layout and the whole style of it, but it's much bigger in real life than it is in game. Now I'm sure one of you guys watching will know the exact make and model of this plane. Unfortunately, I don't really know all that much about planes, so I can't really say for sure, but this is the closest thing I could find, and in fairness, it's pretty similar. But moving on to the next aircraft, this being the Skylift Helicopter, which is already in GTA 5 and has been since the release, but isn't available online. By the looks of things though, the fact that it featured in the Smuggler's Run update trailer suggests it might finally be a purchasable vehicle in GTA Online. In real life though, it is a Russian helicopter based upon the Sikorsky CH-54 TAR. Now unfortunately, as we come into the final two aircrafts, my lack of knowledge has really let me down. For example, this first one, you guys may not be able to even recognize what it is because it didn't feature in the trailer, but can be seen in an image on the newswire. And if I'm honest, I'm not really too sure what this plane even is. It looks absolutely minute. I'm not too sure anyone could even fit in it. It might even be an RC plane. But in real life, the closest I could find to this was the Vought F4U Corsair, because the plane wings were very similar to what's seen in the image in-game. But then finally, the last new aircraft shown off in the trailer is this one right here, which at first appeared to only feature in the Rockstar Games Presents scene, but was actually shown off twice. Now in this scene, the aircraft looks huge, at least as big, if not bigger, than the Titan. But in this next scene where it was also featured, you guys can see it looks a lot smaller. Now maybe there are two different variants of this, one smaller and one bigger, but these planes are definitely identical. They have the same propellers, the same shape, the same features, the same everything. And this particular plane is a lot smaller than the Titan, at least a quarter of the size. So it's not just some customizable variant as some players are speculating. The closest thing I guess to this is the AC-130, which is what the Titan is based upon. But if you guys have any better suggestions or know exactly what this plane is supposed to be, again let me know by leaving a comment. Anyway, but there we go then guys, so those are the 11 new aircrafts coming to GTA Online in the Smuggler's Run update, and those are most of their real life variants. Now of course, if I have gotten any of these wrong, which I probably have, of course let me know by leaving a comment. If you guys could also drop a like as well on this video, it would of course be greatly appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.